What if I told you the life you dream of is already yours, but fear is standing guard at the door? Here's the truth they don't tell you. You don't need to destroy fear. You just need to walk through it. Because on the other side of fear is freedom. Fear doesn't show up to stop you. It shows up to show you what matters. Every time your heart races, every time your hands shake, every time you think, I can't, that's not weakness. That's the door to your greatness. And most people never open it. But you were never meant to live small. So today, don't run from fear. Chase it, face it, own it. Because the life you're dreaming of, it's waiting on the other side. Fear. It's one of the oldest emotions in human history. It was designed to protect us, to keep us alive when we were being chased by predators or facing real danger. Back then, fear was useful. Run, hide, survive. But here's the truth no one talks about. Today, fear doesn't guard us from tigers. It guards us from progress. It shows up when you're about to speak in front of a crowd, when you want to start a business, when you're ready to leave a toxic relationship. Fear kicks in, not because you're in danger, but because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Your brain doesn't care about your growth. It cares about safety. And anything unfamiliar, your mind labels it as unsafe, even if it's the very thing you need. But here's the empowering part. Fear is not your enemy. It's just a signal, a compass. And more often than not, it points you exactly where you need to go. So don't avoid fear. Understand it. Use it. Grow through it. Because fear doesn't mean stop. It means you're on the edge of something powerful. Let me tell you something most people never realize. Fear hides behind every major breakthrough in life. Every successful person you admire today, they weren't fearless. They were scared, but they moved anyway. Tony Robbins, one of the most powerful voices in personal growth, once shared how he was terrified of being rejected. He grew up in chaos, poverty, and pain. But instead of letting fear silence him, he used it as fuel. Oprah Winfrey, she was told early on that she wasn't fit for television. She faced failure, judgment, deep self-doubt, but she didn't run from it. She rose through it. Steve Jobs was kicked out of the very company he built. Imagine the fear, the shame, the uncertainty. But that moment became the launchpad for his greatest innovations. Here's the truth. Fear isn't a wall, it's a mirror. It shows you what matters. The bigger the fear, the greater the potential behind it. And like George Adair once said, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. So next time you feel afraid, don't pull back. Lean in. That's where your power lives. The psychology behind fear, 1-minute script. Fear isn't just an emotion. It's a program your mind runs on autopilot. As children, we're fearless. But over time, we're taught to play it safe. We're told, don't fail. Don't speak up. Don't stand out. Those messages turn into limiting beliefs, and those beliefs create fear. But here's the truth. Your brain isn't built for success. It's built for survival. It's constantly scanning for danger, and anything new feels risky. Not because it is, but because it's unfamiliar. That's why fear often shows up right before something big. And most of the time, it's not real. It's just false evidence appearing real. Fear wants to keep you comfortable. But comfort never created greatness. So don't let your biology decide your destiny. Train your mind. Face the fear. And walk through it. 3 practical steps to face fear. So now that you understand fear, how do you actually face it? It starts with step 1, name it. Most people run from fear without even knowing what it really is. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? Is it rejection? Judgment? Failing? Clarity kills fear. When you name it, it becomes smaller. Step 2, visualize the other side. Close your eyes and imagine. What will my life look like if I push through this fear? Most people focus on the worst-case scenario, but champions focus on the best-case outcome. If you can see it in your mind, you can move toward it. Step 3, take one small, bold action. Courage is not about doing something massive, it's about doing something. Speak when it's uncomfortable. Press record, even if your voice shakes. Send that email. Take that step. Because the more action you take, the less power fear has. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to take action while you're scared. That's how you build courage, one choice at a time. You felt fear. You've lived with it. And deep down, you know it's held you back long enough. But today can be the turning point. Not because fear disappears, but because you stop letting it decide for you. You were not born to play small. You were built to rise, to lead, to become more than the fear ever allowed. Comment below with one fear you're ready to overcome and make it real, because naming it is the first act of courage. And if this message lit a fire in you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because fear wins when we stay silent. But the moment you speak, you start to take your life back. So go on and say it with me. I'm not running from fear anymore. I'm walking through it.